Hey guys, how are you? I know it's been a while since I've done a video. So I am working on canvases to sell, and I thought I would do a mixed media background on my canvas on video. If I sound funny, I'm having a hard time talking because I'm having real bad RA swelling in my jaw and face. So things are a bit hard. So that's why I've not been around. I go to the doctor's tomorrow, so we'll see what happens there. Because nothing's touching it, and I don't know what to do. So, I'm just taking Mod Podge. Mod Podge. And, oh wow, I'm like really close, no wonder. Back up, back up. I don't know what the heck happened there. So I'm just taking Mod Podge, and, you can use your white school glue with just a little bit of water to loosen it up. And I'm going to take some papers. And these are any kind of paper that you have. I'm also going to use tissue paper, which I got this in a package, but you can use regular color. You can use a tissue paper. You can use whatever. You can get this at the dollar store. And it comes in all kinds of colors. I have neon green, and I was going to mix neon green with this. I haven't decided, but I have some paper, which you can get out of magazines or your newspaper, whatever. And I have a piece of Braille paper. I don't know if you can see that I got sent from Hope for a Cure for Craft Hope for a Cure Crafts. Her name's Sharon, and she sent me a book of that, and I'm very grateful. So all I do is I just start taking paper, and I take my paintbrush. I don't wet it. I'm not worried about it. But I'm going to start filling. And again, you can just use white school glue and water. You can use decoupage. You can use whatever you have. I just happen to have my Mod Podge sitting here. But if you go back in many videos, you will see that I also love to use white school glue. And you'll just make it, like I said, a little bit of water just to make it flow better. And I'm just going to lay this down, and then I'm going to cover it. I'm just going to go over, I'm not going to worry if it's fully covered, but I'm just going to go over it a little bit. I've been asked many times how to do a background and how I do it, and this is just how I do it. I also have a clay video coming up. I promise it's going to be a fox face. And I got a clay video for all my clay people who keep writing me. And I know they understand. They say they understand. Oh, see, I'm flipping everything. They understand, but I feel so bad. So that I've had my stuff out to do it. I just haven't done it because it takes a little longer to sit here, and I just haven't been able to sit. So I thought this would be a great way to start and be able to sit, for not a long period of time. And I'm just going to rip. I just rip everything. I don't care how big it is, how small. You don't have to worry. And if you happen to glue on and go over the edges, you just cut it off at the end. Or you could wrap it around. I always finish my ends with, now I love the wrinkles that you get with any kind of tissue paper. And my computer is going weird. It keeps moving by itself, and I'm not quite sure why. Let me see my control. No, I want my controls back. I don't have effects. That is weird. I don't even know what you guys got to see. That's crazy. I have not been in here. I guess maybe somebody's been screwing around with my things. I don't know what that means. Let's see if that changes. I don't know what that means. Let's see if that does it. I'll have to pay more mind to my camera. Odd. Anyway, very sorry. Look, see? What is as I move back and forth, so does my camera. That is really freaking odd. Huh. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye and see. I'll put more of this down here. I don't know. I've not been in here for days, so who knows? I know my thing updated, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'll put this here because the sparkles will be on the top. Now, something you can do if you don't have tissue paper, get a brown grocery bag. I like to wet it and crumple it and leave it dry and then put it on. Now I'm going to use one more piece of this and try to watch my camera. I don't know what the heck's going on. That's crazy. I don't even have a remote control. That's too funny. Now I'm going to put a little bit over this orange. Ugh. Put it that way. And then just go over it. I know I don't have glue there, so I'm going to put some glue there. And you just throw on. Once I go to the doctor's and see what the heck is going on. Now, I'm going to try to keep the pictures in this to use for something else. So I'm just going to take some text. And it could be out of a book, of whatever. I have so many books and so much text. If you have a book that you've already read that you don't want to keep, I go to the dollar store for $1, and I don't care if they're religious books. I don't care what they are. I buy them. Because I can tear the text out because you just want the text to come through. All right. I have, what was I saying? I'm going to tear this in a little bit more. Put it here. A lot of videos, as soon as I figure out what is going on with me, that I can actually sit long enough and talk and be comfortable, maybe get rid of this. I have a lot of things I'm going to do and show that I've had requests for on my, see when I put my hand in front of the thing, it moves. I've had requests for jewelry making and things like that. So a lot of clay. I have a lot of lists for clay, a lot of things. So I promise I will get to that. Now you see here my paper kind of ripped, and I don't care. It's just going over there. It'll be more texture. Now I want to kind of pull that because that's a little bit of the binding. And then go over it. And I'm going to take some of my Braille paper. That is crazy how that is doing that. I'm going to have my husband check the settings. Crazy. I wonder if this helps. Let's see. And in the Braille paper, I'm going to pick. Does it still do that? I don't know. I'm going to pick a lot of parts that has a lot of bumps. And never throw away, always save. And I'm going to tear off those ends. And I'm just going to go in. And you don't have to fill the whole canvas because we're going to put some paint down. So I was so happy when I got this big book of this from Sharon because it definitely does add to your mixed media. I'm going to tear another piece. I've not done a video in so long, I'm forgetting to stay on camera. How funny is that? Probably not funny to you if you're watching me. I want some down here. Maybe I'll do it in 2 pieces. Do one here. And then one here. Now, while this is drying for a second, I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. Now I have these extra little pieces that I tore off. And if you want, you can go in. Maybe I will. And because it's a little space, I'm just going to throw one there. And pat it down into the glue and add it. Take some of that glue off. And if I see a space like over here, put another piece. And pat it down. Move it over while it's wet, so it doesn't hang off. Unless you want it to hang off, then let it hang off, by all means. And this itself will add texture, so you don't have to necessarily throw this away. And then I think, up here. And I want the inside there. And I like to pat down and then smear the glue on so it gets down there. And that's a lot of glue on there, and I don't care. It's a lot of Mod Podge, but I want this to stick down. And then because it's a thicker part, this is a thicker paper rather, you don't have to think, oh, I can't use. I might want a little bit more text. So let me see what did I do with my text? I'm going to rip a little bit more text off. Okay. Because I think I want a little bit of text in here. And you see I pushed down with my brush. This is this is like my glue brush I use because it's big. So I push down and then I'll go over it lightly. But I want to make sure it's pushed down. And I think over here we need some. Now I don't have any more glue on there, so let's get some. A little bit of glue. And this is matte Mod Podge I'm using. Like I said, you can use your white school glue with a little bit of water, Collage Podge, matte medium, gel medium, whatever you have, honestly. It won't hurt anything. And just a little piece right there. One more little piece. Tear it in half. Do a piece here. And then we'll do a piece here. Don't worry about covering things up. It doesn't matter. You're still going to have it everywhere. And just make sure everything's down good. Pat it down. And we have our base for our mixed media. Now, I have to close up my matte medium, my Mod Podge, because I'm good for knocking things over, and put my brush in the water so it doesn't dry with the medium on it. Boy, I could tell I haven't not been in here because it's dusty. I think I haven't been in here since Monday. I'm making myself today because I know I have to get up early for the doctors tomorrow, and if I nap and lay in bed all day again, it's gonna screw everything up. Plus, I keep getting requests for videos, so I thought, why not do? If I'm planning on selling, why not do the beginnings of what I'm making? And if you see little bubbles or whatever coming up, you can push them on the edges to make sure that paper stays down. The tissue paper, I like it being crumbled. Now, if you don't have a heat gun, you can use a hair dryer. It won't hurt anything. Or you can just do this before bedtime, which I do a lot of times when I'm doing paintings, and leave it alone, you know, overnight, and it'll dry fine. Okay. All right. Now, I don't think it's all the way dry, but it's dry enough for me to do what I want to do. So first, what I think I want to do is I want to layer color. First, I'm going to take some bubble wrap. And it's a bigger bubble wrap. I love all types of bubble wrap, but I'm using this big piece that I got from a package, I think from, oh dear, who sent this to me? I just totally lost the train of thought of who sent it to me, and I know who it is. It's Angie's friend. I'm horrible with names, I tell you, lately. Life has not been kind lately. Alright, and I'm going to go with my black ink pad, and I'm just going to run it on this. You can use acrylic paint, and I'm going to tell you why I like these big ones in a minute. Not everybody has them. I try to, when I send out packages, throw a piece in, so then you can use it with your mixed media, because not everybody can get these big ones. I have a big roll of small ones where when I mail my jewelry and paintings out, I wrap them in. And I do that once for safety of the product, and then another for the person to use in their art. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to lay it this way, and I'm just going to press it down. And you can see how it's a little bit wet, but look at the texture. Now, let's say you don't have an ink pad, but you have some of this. Let's say you don't have any of this. Use whatever you have. Use a wrinkled paper towel. You guys have seen me make ATCs with wrinkled paper towels. So you can do that. Now, let's say you have, I don't know what's in this one. Nothing that's going to squirt out, but I just found this cleaning out it's amazing what you find when you clean out your room. So I'm going to set that on there. I'm going to take my brush and dry it, and then stick it in here. Let's see what we got in here. And apparently I made acrylic. Spray with it. Ooh, it's drippy. But I don't care. Now, something I want to show you. Now I'm going to do this the opposite way, and then I'll show you. Now, this is a bit drippy. If it's too drippy for you, just wipe up where it's drippy. If you don't care, I don't care. I'm going to go the opposite way. It's also hopefully going to reactivate, dear Jesus, the black on here too. And just push all your bubbles, not too hard so they pop. But if you look, you can see how the bubbles are like squished. So you get like really great texture, and I'll show that once I lift these up. Yeah. I just want that texture. Now you can wipe this off. I usually leave it on, but this is a little wet. So I'm just going to kind of dab it. Just a little bit. And I'll reuse this over and over again. That'll dry. And it'll just add more texture. And I'm fine with that. So I'll lay that there. And then I want to show you. Look at the black. The texture you get. Can you see that? Like right here. That's from the pushing the bubble down. That's how the bubble looks. So that's like fantastic texture. And then we have the pink on top. So that's a next layer. And also a messy one because I used that acrylic paint. So if you've made acrylic sprays and they're not working, don't not use them. Use them how I did. Use them in a way that, you know, you're going to get benefit out of it. Don't throw it away. I have many sprays that I bought that that I make rather, that I have to go reheat the nozzle to make it run. Because that acrylic will dry in your nozzle and then you'll have a hard time spraying. And I'm just going to give the pink a little bit of a part of the heat gun, and my black is permanent ink. It's Ranger Archival, but I like to hit it with the heat gun anyway. And then I just go with my rag, and whatever is not dry, the pink, you'll see will lift up, and that just gives you more texture anyway. There we go. So that is the background so far, and obviously it is the autofocus that's doing that, which I must take off. It's driving me crazy. Isn't it weird? I've not been here, and I feel like that won't let me go up. I don't know what the heck I did. I don't know. I might have to restart my computer. But anyway. Oh well. Okay, so now let's take some. We all have corrugated cardboard that we find somewhere in a package, or sometimes you get it in cards and whatnot. So I want to take, what colors we sticking with? Let's pull green up. I'm going to take my, it's called Lettuce. It's in a Adirondack acrylic paint dabber. My daughter bought me like tons of these, the newer ones actually, for Christmas. So I'm just going to run this. And you have to push it down to get it started. But run this across here. The newer ones are much better. Let's see if we get any color off of this. If not, we'll be going straight to paint. Oh, shoot. This is why I hate Tim Holtz. Because he puts stuff out without realizing that the shit don't work. And the paint's too thick for this. Yeah, I said it. I hate Tim Holtz. Maybe he'll unsubscribe from my YouTube. And then you go and you push it. And you get a little bit from there, but we didn't get too much because no color is coming out. Alright, let's pick a different one. I'm going to spray it. Let's see if this works. Oh my god, it's going in and out. I'm not in the mood. Ugh. I know, who the hell wants to sit here and watch me for 3 hours get this frickin' Tim Holtz bullshit working? I think because people think he's cute, that's why people like him so much. Because I think in real life, oh, I'm not going to badmouth him. Whatever. Y'all know how I feel about him. Alright, so that's leaving a little bit more of a mark. Well, so much for doing this is like I wanted to. I'm just going to have to go over the whole thing with it. It is leaving some, which is good. Just want some of that texture. You can see, and I'll hold it up when I'm done. I'm going to do one more. I want these craft companies to start making things arthritis friendly for people who are disabled, or disabled friendly, and they don't. Like, it hurts to squeeze for that, and it takes a lot out of it, you know, out of you and to do, and I don't really think they care. Like I said, my daughter got me a ton of them. And I used, and some work fine, and others suck. Buying the crackle from them, all the crackle I bought, and trying to contact them and him, trying to contact Ranger and Tim Holtz. Didn't work. How many times do you email them before you realize, like, they just don't care? They don't care that I use my money that I don't, you know, that I get so little of every month from disability, from SSI, to get craft stuff. Now I'm just going to use my water there. And try not to go over where I already did, but just where it's still like really white. And run it over to give it that background. But, you know, they didn't contact me back. Tim Holtz didn't contact me back. 4 emails apiece. They don't care. Because they already got my money. What the hell do they care? And please don't write reconstitute it with hot water, because I've done all that. But you shouldn't have to. When I buy a product, unless that's what it's meant for, why should I have to do that? I buy it because I want to use it. Because normally once I'm in my art chair, I can't walk. I get helped here to my chair. And I can't really walk well. So for me to keep walking back and forth to put water in things and stuff like that, it's ridiculous. Anyway, it's no big deal. I did it. Alright. So I can see it's still a little white right there. Let's just do a little dabs. And run it up. Okay. I know, you guys want to sit here, listen to me, bitch. I don't mean to. I just get so frustrated with when companies... Elmer's the same way. You guys know what I went through with Elmer's. And it's like, you know, I don't have money. I'm disabled. I get, like, nothing. And this year I'm going to get absolutely zero money because my husband made $3,000 more than he did last year. And they take that from me. So I got to pay it back. So I'm getting nothing for SSI now this year. You know, but what do you do? What can you do? People have a lot worse shit than me, so going on. I just hate. I hate when people get taken advantage of. I guess is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna take some, which I've not used yet, so I'm kind of excited. And I don't have any complaints about this item, the Dylusions ink spray. I know Ranger makes it, but they did a good job on it. And Diane Reevely is wonderful and very fun to watch. So I do buy these items because I like them. They're easy for me to use and they work. I've not had issues with one of them. And as you guys know, I like to tell you when I have issues or when things happen. You know, I know many of you have written me and said that you have bought the, matter of fact, it's discontinued now, but that you guys have bought the Distressed Crackle and the same things have happened to you. And now they're discontinued and I wonder why. You know what I mean? Like I said, they don't answer emails or help somebody who spends her, you know, has to decide how to spend her money that month, her little $20 allowance she has on, you know, craft supplies. So I like to make a lot of my items because, you know, I hate paying people that suck. Alright, so this is the white Dylusions ink spray. Now, if you don't have this, just take your white acrylic paint, put it with some water in a spray bottle, put a little marble or something in there to help, you know, get it going. And as you can see, I'm just trying to lighten up some of these areas with the big circles. And that'll be all used for this. And then what I'll do, I should have had a piece of paper laying next to me so I could have turned this over, but I didn't. So I'm just going to kind of press that on there and take it off. And then a little bit over here. And do like that. And dry it. Now these aren't permanent, these sprays, but that's okay. They'll reactivate with water. So this is it so far. This is the background. Probably should have set my other camera up, but you can see. Oh, that's my dogs. And I'm going to let this fully dry, and then I will make another video on what I'm going to do next. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the sound of my dogs barking. I hope you guys have a great day and had a great weekend and have a great week. And I will see you again later. And as always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And I love you guys, and I want to thank you guys for all the letters and the emails and the messages on YouTube asking if I'm okay. I appreciate it. I've just been going through a really hard time physically with the RA affecting my jaw and my face really badly, and I look like I've got punched in the face and I'm completely swollen, so I'm hoping to have some better answers tomorrow. So I just want to personally thank you all and remind you that tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern on my Ustream, I will be live, and I'm going to make a fun thing to use in art journaling and painting, and I might do an art journal page. So I hope to see you tomorrow night on my Ustream, 9 p.m. My Ustream is Knitting and Things. It's all one word. Go to ustream.tv, sign up if you don't have an account there, and then confirm it in your email, and then come find me Knitting and Things and follow me, and I will see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So again, thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys. Bye.